everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Maggie. Today I'm going to be updating you on my Pan That palette, and I'm also rotating out to a new companion palette for the next 2 months. So very exciting. Let's start with the Pan That palette and then we'll go into companion palettes and all that fun stuff. So this year I am panning the ABH Soft Glam 2. This is one of my favorite travel palettes. I have really loved it over the years, but it is now getting old and I am trying to use as much of it up as I can this year before I say goodbye at the end of the year. So I will put some comparison clips in so you can see the usage. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it looks like now as compared to last month. So you may notice a few changes in here. I have hit pan on Dusty Rose, and I have significantly made good progress on Dreamer. So let's go ahead and talk through each shade. I'm going to tell you how I've been using it, how many times I've used it, and all of the things. So the first one is Dreamer. And Dreamer is my go-to lid shade. So we do have side pan here, which is really a beautiful sight to see. And I am working on finishing this one all the way up. I really want to have Dreamer done by the end of summer. I don't know if it's going to be done in the next month or not. We'll see. But I think for sure in the next 2 months, Dreamer will be done. So looking at my notes, where are they? I used Dreamer 20 times. Last month I had 70 uses and now I have 90 on Dreamer. Next we have Orange Soda, which is a matte orange shade. I use it in my crease to do like a warm, golden type of look. This is one I'm not really even close to pan as I look at it. I really would like to hit pan on it before the end of the year, but it's going to be a slow and steady race. So for Orange Soda, I used it 15 times this past month. I had 49 uses and now I have 64. And then at the end here, I have Dusty Rose, which I did hit pan on this month. I actually hit pan in Hawaii, which was really exciting. On our honeymoon, I brought this palette with me. So Dusty Rose is this really nice kind of dusty purpley shade. I use it in the crease. I will layer it with Orange Soda sometimes. I'll wear it on its own. And it works really well with both a more golden, shimmery lid shade as well as like pinky purple lid shade. So I've really enjoyed Dusty Rose. As far as usage, let's see here. I had 39 uses and now I have 47. I hit pan at 42 uses. So far this month I used it 8 times, but after 3 more uses from last update I hit pan. So that's pretty exciting to have another pan in here. Moving to the bottom row, here is Incense. Incense is a matte brown. I often layer it with Orange Soda to just add a little bit more depth into the crease or the outer third. This is also a shade that has a long way to go before I hit pan. Incense I have used 13 times. So I had 49 uses at the last update and now I have 62. Then we have Sultry. Now Sultry's pan has expanded a little bit. I have used Sultry 17 times since the last update, so I had 60 uses and now I have 77. I've been using Sultry on the outer third of any eye look just to add a little bit of depth into the look, but I do feel like this is too dark of an all over the lid shade for me, so I'm only using it kind of on the outer third there. Then moving over to Mulberry, this matte shade, I've used it once. So last time I had 13 uses and now I have 14. I used it as an eyeliner. Honestly, in the summer, I just wear less makeup and I'm definitely not wearing eyeliner. So I used it the one time to get a use in, but it's not something I'm naturally drawn towards right now. If I don't hit pan on Mulberry at the end of the year, it's okay. I mean, I'd love to see pan, but I'm not going to push myself too hard for that goal, And then Noir at the end, I've already had pan when I started this project, but I didn't use it at all over the month. So this is what we are looking like for this month, going into the second half of the year. So again, my goal is really to focus on Dreamer and getting that finished up, as well as more usage in Orange Soda and Incense to just kind of wear it down. I'd like to see at least 15 uses in both of those shades for the next update. So yeah, that is the Pan That palette. We will do my pan percentage and coloring in the diagram and all that in a moment, but let's move on to the companion palette that I've had paired. So for the past 2 months, well, let me back up. This year, I've structured my companion palettes to rotate in and out every 2 months. So I have had the ABH Norvina palette in for May and June. So now it is time to roll it out. Now the thing with this palette is it definitely is a pink purple palette, but there's a lot of neutral shades in here. And as I looked at these palettes every day getting ready, there's quite a bit of similarity between them. So I'll just kind of show you the two palettes here. So both palettes actually include the shade Dreamer and Incense as exact same shades. But I feel like Mulberry is very close to Passion down here. I feel like Sultry is very close to Dazzling and Rose Gold. So I feel like there's quite a bit of overlap. And I ended up not really reaching for my companion palette too much. So last month I had used, let's see here, 1, 2, 3 different shades, and this past month I only used 1 shade. So the 1 shade I used was Love. This is a matte pink shade. It's very dusty, so I could see myself hitting pan on that pretty easily if I put more, focus in on it. I used it twice since the last update for a total of 8 uses in this project. The other shades I did not touch, but I did use Summer twice, this kind of bronzy gold. I used Wild Child, which is this shimmery pink 6 times at the first update, and then Love 6 times at the first update. So I have used a couple of shades in here, but it really just hasn't been much of a focus for me. And the more I looked at this, the more I didn't want to use quite a few shades because I'd rather put my focus into the ABH Soft Glam 2, and I didn't want them really competing. So I would say this was a true companion palette in that I reached in here a couple of times when I wanted something, a little bit more pinky or fun, but it wasn't really much of a focus, which is okay with me. This is staying in my collection, and I actually feel like I'm appreciating this palette more because I think of it as a purple and pink palette, but there actually are quite a few neutral shades that are exactly the same as the Soft Glam. So yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of revisiting this palette next year with fresh eyes, and maybe I can make more effort to use this palette then. But for now, it is going to roll on out, and I'm excited to share with you what my 2 new companion palettes are. They actually are brand new to me. I bought new palettes and they arrived today as I'm filming it, so this is perfect timing to roll them in. So the first one is the Nudes by Juvia's Place. Beautiful packaging, and this has 6 shades in it. 3 are matte and 3 are shimmer. Now the mattes are pretty close to the Soft Glam 2. However, the shimmers are what I'm going to be focusing on. So I probably will do a look with the mattes here and there, but I really want to make sure that I'm pushing myself to use Dreamer and also have other options available, because Dreamer, like I said, I might surprise myself. It might go really fast this month. I'm not really sure yet. So those 2 I think will pair nicely together. This is obviously a very nice light and warm palette, which will pair well with Orange Soda and Incense and help me get some more usage out of those shades as well. So looking forward to trying this. I've actually never used a Juvia's Place palette before, so I'm also trying out the formula for the first time, and I'm excited to see how that goes. So this is going to be rolling in. And the second palette I'm going to be rolling in is also new to me, and this is a ColourPop Quad. This is the shade Sorbet. So there's 4 shades in here, 2 matte and 2 shimmer. Now the 2 matte shades are very, very close to Dusty Rose and Mulberry in here. So I probably won't be using the 2 purpley mattes in the quad. And I feel like the shimmers in here will be really fun to play with. I don't have any pinky purpley shimmers in this palette, so if I need a little bit of a break from a golden eye, I will have this to play with. And again, just want to kind of familiarize myself with this palette. I have enjoyed and used a lot of ColourPop shades in the past, so I'm sure I'm going to like it, but being that it's new to me, I'm just excited to use it, so I wanted to roll both of them in for this round. So that's what's going to be rolling in. We'll have 3 palettes in my everyday makeup basket to play between, and let's go ahead and talk about pan percentage now. So For pan percentage, I'm going to kind of bring you through the order of events here. So last month we ended at 19.51%. That is 16 out of 82 eyeshadows in my collection. So on June 7th, I hit pan on Dusty Rose in the Soft Glam 2 palette. So that brought my pan total up to 17 out of 82 and my percentage up to 20.73%, which was really cool to see 20%. Then I bought some eyeshadow, right? So both of these eyeshadow palettes came today. So adding the Juvia's Place palette added 6 eyeshadows to my collection. So that became 7 out of 88. And then I also have the 4 from the ColourPop Quad, which would be 17 out of 92. So now my current pan percentage is 18.47%. So it went down from last month because I brought in 10 new eyeshadows, but I'm really happy and excited for them. So I'm okay with that, and 18% is still kicking butt. So if the next thing I need to do is color in my grid space for hitting pan on Dusty Rose. So I have in my planner here a diagram of all of the palettes I have. A dashed line indicates that I've hit pan, and then I color it in all the way when I finish it. And I do a color per year. So this year is light blue, but I like having the colors so I can see when I've hit pan over time. So we're going to be putting in a hash line right here for Dusty Rose. So let's go ahead and do that. And now it looks like this, which is super satisfying to see another one added in. And then I did draw in the 2 new palettes here as well, so we can keep track of them. I don't expect to have pan or anything in them anytime soon, but they are officially in the notebook, so that is good too. So that concludes what I have for you for my update today. I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know how your panning progress has been going. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.